How do you prepare for an interview? Do you set up like a ring light in front of you and everything, or do you just like show up and you look that glorious?
I I look
Wait,
this.
wait, he was talking to me. I just looked that glorious.
Yes, it's that shine right off the top left. It's that.
Yes, yes. But go ahead, you can answer, Nathan. It's fine.
Yeah, now you
Thank
can
you.
answer.
No, I have a little setup. Yeah, no one looks this good all the time, really. Let's be honest.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
No, and I have a confession. I'm only like half dressed, so I've got like shorts on. You know what I mean? I'm
Me
cheating.
too. That's it. That's the thing. The camera only picks up the top half. I got nothing on under this. Mitch, on the other hand, yes, he needs to be fully clothed because that is just a train wreck.
Oh god.
Kind of is. Kind of is. We're here to talk heroin.
Yeah, we're talking heroin. Here we are, everybody. Brand new album coming out on September 10th via Frontier Records. It's an all-females cover record. This is really exciting because brand new single came out today covering a legendary Canuck, Avril Lavigne. I'm With You. The song and the video is available now wherever you get music. Welcome to the show and welcome back. He's like one of our only double guesters like in the last couple of months. Nathan James from Inglorious. There he is, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Who else is a double guester? Have I joined a very exclusive group?
Phil Collins from Def Leppard. He's the
cool.
only other one. So yeah.
That's cool. Thank
Mitch,
you.
Nathan's like our cutest bestie. What else do you want?
He is the cutest Bessie. This is how we get them. It's very exciting.
Look, on the pop side, Shawn Mendes has Niall Horan as his cutest bestie. On the rock side, we've got Nathan James. So there you go.
Thank you.
See, it's funny because at the pop station they want that kind of content from Jeremy, and I was looking online at what iHeart was doing, and their interviews in the last week have included questions like, does pineapple belong on pizza, and who's your cutest bestie? So
Are you gonna ask them? Do you want me to answer?
so we're trying to get into that vibe.
Well, listen, to be fair, if you want to answer it, yeah. Do you think pineapple belongs on pizza? And who is your cutest bestie?
Pineapple does belong on pizza,
Oh,
and it does. You're wrong. And my cutest bestie today is my dog, who I've had to lock in his cage so he doesn't bark through this interview.
Oh, unlike mine that you just heard 2 seconds ago.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, but
and I've got no bitches around, so we're good.
nothing new.
Nothing new. So
No.
let us go over this. You've decided to cover some of the best: Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, Miley Cyrus, Avril Lavigne, etc., etc. Talk to me about wanting to. I mean, did you sort of look at that hair and say, "I kind of look like Barbra Streisand. I need to do a Divas album"?
No, it was more that I love these songs and I love these singers. We were doing a cover of Alanis Morissette on tour, Uninvited, and the audience loved it. And I thought, why don't we celebrate all my favorite female singers? Because I didn't learn to just sing from men, like a lot of the women on this album are people that I admire and
Right.
and contributed towards my voice, so it made sense.
Well, to be fair, looking at you, I can't picture you in the shower screaming, "I'm a genie in a bottle," like Christina Aguilera. I can't see you singing, time after time in the shower or something. I don't know.
You're wrong, man.
I know I'm wrong because I'm the exact same way. I'd be in the shower belting out "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" by Shania, and like everybody, I'm this rock guy. So at the end of the day, it's what you like, right?
Yep, and good music, as we know, is good music. I'm not a musical snob. I like great songs. A lot of these songs, especially the Whitney one, people are going to see that on the list and think, Whitney Houston, it's a rock song. It's got a guitar solo. It's got big riffs. It's got big vocals. It's a rock song. So yeah, I think we might change some minds. People might not like it, but that's everything, isn't it?
I like the fact that you covered Nutbush City Limits by Tina because I saw Tina Turner's farewell tour back in like 2008, I think it was. It came to the Bell Center in Montreal, and it was one of the best rock shows I'd ever seen. And that song specifically, man, the raw power behind like the live version of it, and like it. So I was really excited to see that you guys were covering it because I'm sure it's going to be like full steam ahead, straight up rock metal kind of approach to it, right?
Yeah, we've just gone. We tried to, with every song, bring a bit of the original to it, but we want to make sure we bring a different kind of Inglorious energy to it, I say. So with that one on the album, it's the first Inglorious song we've ever got with live horns. So we've got proper horns on there, and it's a really live sounding kit, and you can really hear the band grooving, which I'm really proud of. It sounds really live, that one.
So how did you do that? Did you guys cut it off the floor live with the band, or was it all...
It was a COVID pandemic album, so we did the drums in the studio and my vocals in the studio, and all the guitars were done at home. So it's actually a miracle that the guys got it to swing so much, but it really does. It swings like
right. Well, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, if you're a good musician, you can make it swing no matter what, right? And you're working with some of the best of the best, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. That one in particular.
You've got animals also going on your side. It's like a cat attack.
Yeah, like a possum.
Wait 1 second.
It's like a possum attacking something in the backyard over there.
It's amazing, by the way. We've been trying to do this interview for like 3 weeks, and it's been a collective circumstance of,
yeah.
It's not collective. It was all Jeremy, Mitch. Do not lie.
It was, and poor Jeremy, as of Friday, doesn't have a contract. So,
We'll see. I mean, hey, it's gonna come down to the wire. But anyways, and hey, at least I got my internet back today, so that's good. It's funny. I switched internet providers. We're going through a heat wave right now, and like apparently that has an effect on like the internet or something like that. Apparently the power was out like near like their building, so because of that, like they weren't able to send out the signal. So that's been going on.
How's the third world problems?
Where you're at? Are you in Yorkshire? Like where are you, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm in Devon, where I live on the farm.
Okay.
So the reason why all that noise was happening is because I live in a cottage attached to where my parents and my little sister live. So it's my little sister screaming because she found a huge spider, because we live in a 200-year-old manor which is full of creepy crawlies and shit. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I can feel that, because we're in the same situation where I live. In fact, yesterday, you're gonna love this. I went to put the dog out at 1 o'clock in the morning, and on the patio there was a skunk drinking out of the dog bowl, out of the water bowl, to which a raccoon mother with 3 little ones came up, and they all looked at each other. I'm like, oh great, they're gonna spray each other right in front of me, but they didn't. They walked away, and I was like, yeah, because that would not have been good to have a stinky, skunky porch. But anyway,
no, that would have sucked.
That would have sucked. That would have sucked bad, and it happened.
We once ran one over on a tour bus with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and the whole fucking bus smelled for the whole night. Like, it smelled so fucking bad through the air conditioning vent into our bunks directly.
And then no jokes. It gets into your hair. It gets into your clothes, and you just and that's what I was looking at on yesterday, just going, please don't.
Is that still the remedy, to like take a bath in tomato juice or something to get rid of the? Remember that, or was that like an old school myth to get rid of the smell of skunk?
Well, it's an old school myth. I don't know if it actually works, and I don't want to find out.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to meet somebody that's actually done it.
But back to the album here for a second. How did you come down to these choices? You know, when you do I Hate Myself for Loving You, how did you choose that one and not I Love Rock and Roll, or Where's Lita Ford?
Or even, Avril Lavigne. I mean, why not Skater Boy? Like, I mean, I'm with you. It's sort of like it's like a bit of a deep cut. I mean.
Yeah.
I wanted to show the end. No, I wanted to show off my voice because the songs I've kind of picked have tackled a lot of things that people would never have heard me done before, and things that perhaps guys shouldn't try and do, but I felt confident that I could get away with it. So I wanted to show off my voice and also celebrate my favorite females. This was more about the people that I love and the music I love, rather than about, like, the record label wanted it to be way more rocky. They were like, we want more rock. And I kind of was like, that's not going to work for me, because that's not who I am as a singer anyway. And
also, I don't think it'll make the record special, because you already do rock. This is really you being taken out of your comfort zone and doing something completely different and super cool.
Yeah, I think so. And celebrating amazing female artists, which I think someone told me this might be a total lie. Mitch will probably know and put me in my place, but I think we may be the only band to ever do this of an all-male band.
As far as I know, yes. Though there's probably a weird jazz trio in like Denver who might have done it, but
Yeah. But it seems like a really obvious thing, and I think there's a kind of serious note to that. And I think men struggle so much with the kind of masculinity of rock that they're not willing to sing these songs. And I didn't change any lyrics, you know, with Fighter or with Miley Cyrus. I didn't change these lyrics. They are as written by the artists. And I think the dudes in general have a problem singing some of that stuff, but I don't really give a shit. So it's easy.
Well, I always bring this up, you know, like I was talking to Rob Halford from Judas Priest about this, you know, about like I call it like the toxic masculinity behind the rock scene and the metal scene, where like everybody is like, oh, if you like this, well, you're a fucking pussy. You know, you're only allowed to like this. And the fact that you're going to be putting yourself out there and singing all these songs by powerful women, I mean, it's sort of giving a big middle finger to all those toxic masculinity guys, because it's like, well, fuck you. Like I said, I'm allowed to like what I like, and I'm just as good of a singer singing a chick song or a guy song. It doesn't matter. Music is music at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And it's so refreshing to hear someone speak like that, because you are such a, do you know what I mean, such a rock fan.
Yeah.
And I think
Well, I'm
such
fan.
a toxic male.
And a toxic male.
Oh God. No, it is refreshing, because I'm quite in touch with kind of like who I am, and I'm very comfortable in my skin. So kind of putting it all out there like this and singing these songs it doesn't feel foreign to me, because it's just kind of what I would have done. I would have done this 10 years ago. I would have done it when I was 14. I would have done this when I was 5 years old. You know, I love these women. I've always loved these singers, and yeah, to kind of have people get hold of it and appreciate these women, right? Because females in the industry.
Well, I appreciate them now that a guy's singing them.
Jeez.
What is that bad to say? No, I'm just
No.
But jokes aside, when you decide to go live and play these shows, or when you're permitted to play live, do you think to yourself, okay, I can't stand on stage and say, hey, everybody, here's our next song. It's a Miley Cyrus. Or do you just say, no, I'm going to play these songs live, and if you don't want to enjoy them, go fucking buy a beer.
I just did it. Literally the other day, we had our first festival in 2 years, and our third song in was Miley Cyrus, and our fifth song in was Barracuda by Heart. I've never seen a group of older, bald gentlemen mosh out quite so hard to Midnight Sky ever. They were all going crazy for it, singing along, mouthing the words. So I think some of them don't even know what they're listening to, right? Because this is the first time a lot of rock fans will have ever heard the song.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, you know, old bald men in their 50s aren't listening to Capitol and hearing Miley's Midnight Sky every, 20 minutes. So they probably just thought it was a no Inglorious song.
Yeah. And that's pretty cool. So I'm actually, the next gig we're doing is a bike rally, like for like proper like bikers.
Nice.
And we're headlining, and it's still going to be the third song in the set. So I hope they like it. I hope they enjoy some Miley Cyrus as well.
Yeah, hopefully you don't
I gotta say, as a bald 50-year-old who has an 18-year-old daughter, I've heard these songs, and that's the thing. If you're not exposed to it, you have this like, the kids.
Yeah.
But these bands really put on great songs, and I was talking with somebody yesterday. Two of the greatest shows I've seen in the last 10 years, one is Dua Lipa and one is Lorde. They are just spectacular. And so if you can just cast aside all these strange walls you put up about music needs to be this, and you just listen to the songs, these artists, whether it's Miley, whether it's Avril, they have great songs. And even, people always rag on Nickelback. Stop it. Listen to the song and stop with the image or the whatever that's stopping you,
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah. And with my daughter Jada, she always has it on Sirius, the Heat or the Beat or Power Station, and it's all these songs, and it's eye-opening that there's so many great things out there.
Well, I mean, look at you. You had Post Malone in your playlist at one point.
I still have Post Malone in my playlist, and it certainly wasn't because of my 50-year-old friends.
But like I said, it goes back to this toxic masculinity in the rock and metal community where everybody's just so afraid of liking what they're like with the idea that, there's this prejudice about it. So if you went to your buddy and said, yo, dude, I was listening to The Beat the other day and I heard this Dua Lipa song and I never heard the song groove that hard in the last 10 years, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Did you hear the new Metallica? Like, there's this, like I said, it's always this like sort of like macho-ness that comes along with it, and it's just so ridiculous. So it's,
by the way, why didn't you cover Dua Lipa? Because she is just live,
yeah,
phenomenal.
My list. The list was about 50 singers. So there's some. I'd love to at one point do like a Heroine 2 and do her, do Lady Gaga. I love Gaga. I love Cher. I wanted to do some Dolly Parton. There's so many other like legends that you can do.
Do a Shania Twain song. I mean, come on.
I wouldn't want.
I'll do the backing vocals if you do a Shania song.
Do you want to do a series of these and just do it because it's fun?
It was so much fun. It's like, I'm not going to say karaoke, but it was like singing along in a bar. You know what I mean? Like, it was like so much fun recording. Really easy to record because you take the pressure away of writing. So writing is enormous pressure, especially to a deadline. And these songs already exist. People already know they're great. I've had some amazing feedback from a lot of the artists, actually, which has been unreal. So I know that Tina Turner's heard it, Nutbush City. I know that a couple of other of the artists, Lizzie Hale has heard our cover of the Hailstorm song. So yeah, it's all good. So when the album's out, they're going to share it for us, which has been really, really amazing.
Wow. Is that a thing? Do you have to send it to the artist to get approval of your cover first, or?
No, I don't think so. But obviously that was terrifying because we'd already recorded the album, and then I sent it to Lizzie Hale like, "Hey, listen to this." She just said, "Wow, it's awful," but she enjoyed it. I think so we're good. Even that song we actually chose, "I Am the Fire," to do a piano version of as the bonus track for the Japanese edition, which is kind of special.
That would just suck, though. Right? You just record this record and you send it over to Avril Lavigne. You're like, "Yo, Avril, what do you think of this?" She's just like, "This is the worst. Don't put this out." Like, that would just be crushing, right?
Yeah, I think to be honest, no one could do that because it would be very strange for women to do that. We've recorded this album and put it out in the UK, knowing that £1 from every copy we sell on our website will go to an amazing women's charity, which was an idea I came up with last year during lockdown, seeing that all these charities were struggling, and I thought, why not tie it in? So yeah, every copy we sell on our website, £1 of the sale will be going to an amazing charity here in the UK.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, for women and young girls.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really great.
Will you, when you tour or head out on the road, consider having some female backup singers to add to these songs and make them sort of more?
I think the cool thing about this is that it's just like, it's all these like metal rock dudes playing female covers. I think that's the cool part of it's part of the shtick. It's part of the gimmick. So I don't want to see no chicks on the stage. I want it to be all guys just completely owning it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. And we play it with as much like gusto as we do our own stuff, you know. It's not like we're stood there like taking it for granted. We really do lay into these songs.
Well, hold on, Nathan. I'm gonna call out Mitch on his toxic masculinity for a second, because just because they're female songs, you assume that they're these like, prancing around stage, you know, loosey goosey kind of light songs.
No, I hate myself for loving you.
They're rocking them up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've heard the album. Let's not forget, we've had a chance to listen to it.
Yeah,
they sound great. Out of those 50, are there any that you look at and you just go, you know what, we should have covered that Dua Lipa song. We should have. Any regrets?
There was one I realized the other day that we should have done, and it was "Call Me" by Blondie.
Oh yeah.
I love Blondie, and I love that song, and I know that we could have done a really wicked rock version of that.
But that's what's kind of cool about this, because had you done, you know, Heart, Blondie, and all sort of the old classics, it would have just been you doing the old classics. But by bringing in Miley, by bringing in Christina, you sort of bring it into that new world as well, because I didn't grow up on Christina Aguilera. I didn't grow up on Miley Cyrus, but I certainly grew up on the Heart songs. I certainly grew up on the. So that's what I find refreshing, is that you didn't delve to the 1970s and mine that little gold mine of female singers. You went, no. We're going to go into the 2000s and bring you some.
I think people sometimes forget, it's probably because I look so old and haggard, but I am only in my early 30s. Do you know what I mean? Like, I may sing...
You just had a birthday. Like...
Yeah, I may sing the music kind of inspired by yesteryear, but I still grew up in the early 2000s, you know? My teens were in the early 2000s. So when that Avril Lavigne song came out, I was going to my school prom and I was dancing with some... Do you know what I mean? Like, these are the memories that these songs have for me. I remember hearing Christina Aguilera, that first, I think, on the Mulan soundtrack, the Disney movie, and thinking, she's one of the best female singers of all time.
That version of Lady Marmalade is ridiculous.
Yeah, amazing. So, incredible vocalist. And yeah, so that's kind of when I did grow up. You know, there was no prevalent female rock bands around in the early 2000s. I grew up surrounded by pop music and the tale of grunge and nu metal. So it all kind of, it is a bit different for me.
Yeah. Well, the next one, I was going to say on the next one, you could get some Paramore covers on there. You could do some. You could do some Faith Hill. You could do, you know, there's there's a couple of them. You know,
I'm trying to think of who was the
to push myself vocally and also to celebrate these women because
Selena Gomez. That's the one.
Great. Oh yeah, I like her.
Do Love You Like a Love Song.
And I really like Demi Lovato. I would love to do a Demi Lovato tune, but that may be on some different album because they represent themselves as non-binary. So
now,
and you know, Mitch,
it's a really exciting time, you know, because we could go anywhere with this next. You know, we could do one where we celebrate only Queer Eyes, or where we only celebrate. It's quite cool. I'm excited about it.
And just think, you know, if you do a cover of like, you know, Britney, Hit Me Baby One More Time, I mean, like that would be, as a rock version, jeez, I could totally sing "Oh Baby, Baby," like doing the thing, you know.
Well, you know,
and Mitch,
Ricky Warwick of the Almighty covers a Britney Spears song, and it's terrific. You know Ricky, of course. I mean, we all know Ricky. Let me just ask you about the pop side. Since you grew up on that, now you ended up in a rock band, but you do have a pop look. You've been on the TV show, you know, and it's not called The Voice. What was it called in England, the one that you were on? I forget all of a sudden.
Superstar.
You were on Superstar, which is like The Voice and all these things. So you have that pop sensibility. Do you see yourself at some point making a pop album and getting out the big loops and the drum beats and the let's go? Because you could pull it off.
No.
Why not?
You asked me something similar last time, and the reason is...
I wasn't satisfied with your answer.
I'm sorry. Well,
we reject your answer.
It's
rejected.
Not authentically who I am or what I like. So I do love singing rock, and I love singing in this way. I'd like to guest on other people's stuff. That would be amazing to me. So some pop artists, if they needed a big rock chorus or something, or if they needed some big high screams over a section, like, I'd do all of that. But it doesn't excite me to sing pop.
Yeah.
What I would do
really
is I'd become Michael Bolton. If I was going to do anything, I would just like do soul and Motown, and then get a big band and just sing the best songs of all time. That would be like that's
like
my
the Rod Stewart songbook thing.
Yeah, that's fun. They look happy when they're singing that stuff.
They do. Yeah, they really do. I saw one of the Rod Stewart songbook shows, and it was people were just laughing and smiling, and it was great. They were having fun.
Yeah. And it's funny because you look at some of the rock guys that are making a transition to pop now. It's like, you know, Machine Gun Kelly was a rapper, and now he's like kind of cashing in on the pop punk that's been sort of missing. And now you got guys like Young Blood, and you even got like, you know, Jaden. Like everybody's doing like this crossover thing. So who knows, man? I mean, maybe some of this stuff will make its way over to pop radio in a way or some shape or form, you know?
Yeah, I really hope so. Yeah, we'll see.
So what do you listen to at home then? You're not the teenager at the dance listening to the pop stuff. Are you sitting around listening to Whitesnake albums? Like what's...
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
I do that. My go-to is Whitesnake, Rainbow, Purple, Leopard. If I'm... Yeah, that's...
We all know this is bullshit. We know you're walking around your house singing, I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight.
I need you all night, come on, dance with me.
Oh, that's funny.
We're
By the
levitated,
way,
Mitch.
I have to say, in all honesty, I have this massive playlist of 2,000 songs in my phone that has everything. And when you get to the parts that are Def Leppard or Bon Jovi, the production and it's just next level. And you just go, yeah, I know why they're playing stadiums, because there's just something about the way those albums are done compared to some of the other bands from that era. You just go,
Yeah, you listen to L.A. Guns and it's like, it sounds like a bar. But then you listen to Def Leppard and it sounds like a stadium.
Yeah, I love all that. I'm just gonna talk you through like my playlist, just so you can.
Yeah.
There is Dua Lipa on there. Hallucinate.
Nice.
Smart. Good song.
I've got on here at the minute. I've got some Bon Jovi. I've got the Dead Daisies. I've got Coverdale Page, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Supertramp,
Wow.
Miller Band, Aerosmith, Whitesnake, Skinner, Audio Slave. So it is a mixed bag. You know what I mean? It's not just all out.
That's interesting. You got some bands that would be qualified as grunge. Do you see yourself maybe as a covers album doing a grunge cover and doing that sort of depressive? I mean, you'd have to cut your hair to do it.
I don't know if I could. I
don't know if you could pull it off either. You're not the depressive kind.
I can be, like we all can be. All artists can be, I think. But no, it doesn't. That doesn't excite me either. But to listen to, I can really enjoy it. You know.
Right.
Yeah. I don't see a Smell Like Teen Spirit cover coming from Inglorious anytime soon.
I've done one on an album, on a solo album. So I love it. I actually, before I got kicked off my TV show, the next show, if I would have stayed in and not been kicked off, my song was "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
No way.
Yeah, and it was like a piano Tori Amos version. Tori Amos, another amazing female artist. So I love that song. I've got a Kurt Cobain quote tattooed on my arms. You know, I'm a fan.
I gotta say, the song I can hear you singing based on your voice would be "Black Velvet" by.
I love that song.
Is it? I could so hear your voice doing that. You could so raspy it up and barroom brawl it. It'd be terrific.
Maybe let's see. Let's
start a new list.
We kind of got this idea from Hailstorm. I think they were doing between albums. They were doing like an EP of covers. Right?
Yes.
Keep things rolling, and I thought that was a great idea. So that kind of. This might be something that we look at. Maybe it won't be a whole album next time, but we'll do like maybe an EP or something in between that we can just keep the ball rolling with.
The next album will be a cover of all hip hop songs done in rock and metal. You do Astronaut in the Ocean. You do Hotline Bling. You know.
I would probably like you, Jeremy. If that comes on in a bar, I'm gonna sing along. You know?
Damn right, of course you are.
100%.
I don't win a Hotline Bling. You gotta sing it.
I probably won't cover it, but I would definitely. I know it, and I'd sing along. So
yeah, that would be great leak footage of you in a pub just singing out. You know, like I get those goosebumps every time.
That's a good song, actually.
Yeah, Travis Scott.
Boys.
Oh! Nathan's frozen up on us.
Oh.
Well, we can still hear you, but you're frozen up on us.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we'll wrap up anyway. The brand new album from Inglorious, it's called Heroine, coming out on September 10th. Available pre-order now wherever music is sold. And if you buy it off their website, you can get the CD, color LP, and digital. But also, £1 from every sale of the album on the band's web store will be donated to Women's Aid, a fantastic charity out of the UK. So make sure you go and check that out. Go to Inglorious website to pick it up, and it's going to be donated to a great cause. So really great stuff. Make sure you follow them on all the socials too, because they're fantastic on all the socials. So brand new album, Heroine, September 10th. Make sure you go pick it up. Nathan, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, man. This is always did
we actually talk with him, or did we talk at him?
I think we talked at him the whole time. Yeah. Oh wait, he's muted. Oh, you muted yourself. You have to unmute yourself. He's censoring himself now.
Hello.
There you go. Yeah. No, we talked with him, Mitch. We didn't talk at him.
All right, I think we talked at him.
I'm just glad we got it done, you know, after all the...
Finally. Yeah,
Yeah,
between your birthday and being on a binge for 3 days, and Mitch and his internet connection, and
Well, I also had a long battle with the city over our septic tank, which is so exciting. I mean,
Glamour.
they phoned and said, "All right, we're going to settle this at 4 o'clock on Thursday." It's like, okay.
listen, I'm just gonna blame this all on Nathan, because this way he comes off as the big rock star. We blame it on Nathan. It's living the excesses of the rock star life. He just couldn't get around his schedule to make this happen, and I'm just glad we finally did. So here we are.
That's a lie.
And by the way, I'm going to. I've been trying to buy the Japanese version of it, and it's not been listed for sale. But I'm going to go look right this second, because I will be getting that bonus track. Here, let's see if my
vinyl is really pretty. Look.
Oh wow!
Now,
Whip
Jeremy,
it out. Let's see the vinyl.
So.
Yeah, you see.
Ooh.
Oh, let's see that.
And inside, instead of having the lyrics, obviously because these are covers, it made no sense to put the lyrics. You can just Google them.
Yeah.
I've got quotes by all of the artists that I really liked. Do you know what I mean? So there's like some quite cool quotes on there.
Oh wow! How did you come up with the quotes? Did you just like Google old interviews, or?
Yeah, old interviews and like famous things they've said, quite profound things. Some of them, yeah, just things that made me like think, okay, they're a badass. You know, all the women in this are total badasses. And
what was the Tina Turner quote in there?
Tina's is 50 is the new 30, 70 is the new 50. There are no rules that say you have to dress a certain way and be a certain way. And I thought that was sassy and cool.
That's awesome.
And just going to point out, I'm on my Japanese CD ordering site. They still don't have it listed. They have We Will Ride, they have Ride to Nowhere, they have Inglorious 2 and Inglorious, but they do not have the new one listed.
Is there going to be a Japanese version, though?
Yeah, he said so.
Yeah, okay.
It's got the bonus track of the Hailstorm song, I Am the Fire, which is...
Piano. The piano version.
Okay.
Pretty. Did you hear that? Did I send you that, Mitch?
I don't know if you sent it to me, but you mentioned it in the interview, so... But...
Okay.
Huh.
Might be.
I wasn't listening. So, what does the vinyl look like? It's colored, right?
We have different ones. We have this one's a gold one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get it out, and then we've got a red one and a blue one. All sorts of pretty fucking colors.
Oh, nice.
Which one are you getting, Jeremy? Because you're the vinyl guy. Oh, that gold one.
Dude, look at that. I have to get the gold.
The gold's so sick.
Now, are these exclusive to your website, or are these the general sale and Jeremy can get it?
The gold are exclusive to Inglorious.com, and the red are exclusive to us as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're all signed on our website, so it's the only place you can get a signed one.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So I'm definitely going to get it off the website then.
Yep.
Thank you. And a pound from our website goes to an amazing women's charity, which is what this is all about. Celebrating women and, yeah, and making some money for some women.
Awesome. And to be fair, Nathan, you really got into rock and roll for the chicks, right? Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. I mean, Mitch, that's why everybody gets into rock and roll. For the chicks.
Listen, Gene Simmons has said that that's why he got into rock and roll, and he has that, the Polaroid catalog of 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Nathan's at like 87 or 89 by now.
Minimum.
1,000? You're at 89,000? Jesus.
No.
He was in some major touring bands, man. I mean, come on, he's filled some holes on the road. Come on now.
I've enjoyed my professional life and the perks that come with it. That's all I'm going to say.
Great
As
answer.
you should.
Damn good answer.
Nothing like TSO groupies.
Those Uli John Roth groupies.
Listen, those old men need loving too, Jamie.
So true. So true. Oh my God.
They're
Anyway.
not all old, by the way, that's really mean. They're not all old. They're lovely.
No, they're lovely.
They're great. Hey, they're fans. We love your money. Keep bringing it.
One of my greatest stories was taking Uli John Roth to the Walmart in Ottawa, Ontario, so that he could buy pillows for the tour bus. So he would look at a pillow and say, "Do you think this is going to be soft enough? Do you think this will fit on the bus?" We chose pillows together. in Ottawa
See,
at the Walmart.
Uli John Roth is your cutest bestie, Mitch. You went pillow shopping together.
Hey, it's the greatest memory. It's a great story. I went pillow shopping with
Did you
Uli
lay on the
John
bed side by side testing out the pillows in the Walmart? You're like, oh, not firm enough.
Oh my god, it was great.
Oh man, would I pay to see that? That's hilarious.
But the funny part is that he went in his whole stage outfit, so he had the whole look going on.
Was he walking through Walmart like, oh, I wonder if this pillow's good?
Sort of. And as we were checking out, this old dude, like literally, he looked like he was 75, walked up and goes, "Are you Uli John Roth in the Walmart?" And then he goes, "Yes." He goes, "Oh, I love you. I love the Scorpions. I've loved everything you've done." And so he had a fan at the Ottawa Walmart that was touched as he was checking out his pillows.
That's nice.
It's a great story.
He's a nice guy.
Oh, absolutely. One of the nicest.
He used to randomly message me, and I have a pet python called Alice, and I told him like one time, and he randomly messaged me being like, "Hey Nathan, how's Alice?" And I was like, he remembered that. He like really cared about my snake. He was like, yeah.
Well, you know, he keeps a book where he writes everything down. So he when you come to town, you'll drive by a bar. He goes, "I played that bar in 1986, and they were really bad. I'm never going back." And you're like, how do you know that?
Wow.
And he remembers. He remembers everything. It's great. He's one of the greatest guitarists.
That's really cool. I've never met him, so we have to. Well, that'd be really cool sometime.
Next time. He's.
We were talking. We talked the other day about the possibility of me like doing a guest spot with him at a show or something. So that'd be fun. Hopefully that.
Well, you should, because the albums that you sing on, those live albums, sound phenomenal. The guitar playing's phenomenal. The singing's and I don't even know who the other band members were, but just the whole product is A+. It's world class.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that was an amazing experience he gave me. He flew me to Japan to play the Sun Plaza and record it for a DVD, CD. Like, blew my mind at like 25, you know. I felt like all of my heroes that... I've never been to Japan with any band I've been in or with my band, so... Yeah, he gave me a real amazing experience, and because of him, he was the reason that I got to sing on stage with Steve Vai, Steve Morse, and Uli in Geneva a couple of years ago. So yeah, I'm very, very thankful for Uli. He really did help me out.
Absolutely. There you go. Well, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure, and we will do this again soon.
Wait, hold on. I got one more question for you.
All right.
I'm really curious about this.
For me or for Nathan?
No, for Nathan.
Yeah.
So in the UK, because I listen to a lot of UK radio. I listen to Capital a lot. I listen to Radio X. I listen to Heart. I listen to Magic. I'm just curious. Does like UK radio give you guys support? Like, is Radio X going to be playing like the new single, or is like Absolute going to be like playing it, or?
No, they don't. They just don't touch this kind of rock. Do you know what I mean? It's not indie enough for them to touch it. We have big support from Planet Rock. Who've supported us from the beginning. We've had 11 A-listed singles on there.
Wow.
1 year we were like the most playlisted band on there.
Wow, that's great.
Which is amazing when you're going against some big guys, you know, like proper legends.
Do Joe Elliott and Danny Bowes still have shows on Planet Rock?
Yeah.
I think Danny does. I'm not sure Joe does.
Joe does. I don't know if it's on Planet Rock though. I think it's on.
Well, he did have one on.
It's on one of those Bauer stations though. I don't know if it's Absolute or if it's But no, it's weird because like I listen to Radio X and I'm like you're right. It's funny you say that because they do have this sort of like weird indie edge to it, and like it's kind of weird because at the end of the day I think rock is rock, and I think if it was getting played, like I think the audience would be into it. You know, they should get these songs tested.
Yeah. It's very odd. We get a bit of play on BBC, on Radio 2, on the specific rock shows. So every single we put out, that their legend Johnny Walker will play that for us. So yeah, apart from that, no, not really.
But do you guys have does Frontiers have like a proper radio plugger over there in the UK, like trying to like pitch to Radio X?
They do try. It's just it won't. We're seen as being hard rock, which just is not what they would be into. You know, Metallica would get played probably because they're a legend, but new rock wouldn't. You know.
That's so weird. Is that a reason have they given the plugger a reason? Like, we're not going to play this because it doesn't sound Oasis enough, or it doesn't sound...
No, then they don't really give reasons, you know, because, like, what can you say when we've had some really strong songs that have done really well on rock radio and they're not transmitted to mainstream radio, and it's just because they don't like rock, because rock is still a dirty word, I suppose.
But it's funny because they're a rock station, and then they won't play rock. It's just weird,
Especially in this country, like with such heritage that we have. I do find it bizarre that we're not willing to at least attempt to show the British people some new rock music.
Right.
Like.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's just so weird. I mean,
saying that, they're more likely to do it for an international band. So they're more likely to do it for a Greta Van Fleet, or they're more likely to do it for a Maneskin, or these bands would get played.
Right.
But your homegrown bands, there's quite a lot of us kind of on our level in the UK. Do not get that.
Well, it's kind of like what happened with the Struts. I mean, before they really made it in America, like the UK just was completely ignoring them. And then when they finally started to blow up over here, well, then finally the UK was like, okay, well, I guess we better get on the Struts. But then that's what happened to Def Leppard too, right, Mitch? I mean, back in the 80s, they wouldn't touch them until America started blowing them up. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we have to play Photograph.
Yeah.
And what we haven't been able to do for the last 2 years is obviously get over to America. So it's proved quite difficult. And touring costs are so expensive. We're still not with a major label. We're with Frontiers, who do look after us, and we have a great relationship with them. But there's no those days of just flying a band over to America and making them record an album there, and it's just gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get you over here.
We're doing our best to spread the word about the band. So I mean, what more do you want?
No, we appreciate it. We do appreciate it, and I love that you guys made the time to talk to me today, because this is an album I'm really proud of, and I think is super important actually to do. I think it's good to start those conversations, whether they're negative or positive. People saying I fucking hate this, or people going, this is actually really cool. It's important to start.
No, I love it, and I love the fact that you've done it, but. I let my ears decide. I don't let some prejudice decide. So, and my ears liked it. So that's all that matters. That's it.
Good.
That's how I listen to music, with my ears, not with my whatever baggage or
ears.
Yeah.
Well, Nathan, you said it all, my friend. We've taken a lot away from this. We know that.
Here comes the recap.
Never mind. We're not going to recap. It's okay. September 10th, Heroine, brand new album from Inglorious. And make sure you check out the latest single, Avril Lavigne cover, I'm With You, available now wherever music is sold. And go purchase the record off their website. £1 from every sale of the album is going to go towards Women's Aid, a fantastic charity out of the UK. And they've got that exclusive gold LP on the web store. And you can get it signed. I mean, come on. It's great. So, anyways.
Gold record of the gold record.
Yeah, gold record of the gold record, Anyways,
Cool.
You've said it all, my friend. Anything else? Anything else you need to get out there? Anything else you want to say?
No, just go and... Not everyone's buying, so just get on the streaming. Save it to your playlist. Do you know what I mean? Also, the power of the people is super important. So if you really are passionate and you think this song is good and doesn't suck, send it to a friend. Do you know what I mean? Like, share it on your Facebook wall. Tag some people. Tell them that they need to hear it, because... That's how it used to happen years ago in the 70s. People used to word of mouth, spreading it, sharing CDs and LPs and stuff.
Sharing the cassette. Yep. That's how Metallica became Metallica, by sharing the cassette.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that kind of attitude needs to come back.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, I'm on the radio in Montreal and Toronto, Canada's two largest cities, and I'm on proper.
I like the way how he just throws that in casually.
I'm on proper pop radio stations, and I played Midnight Sky last week, and I came off the tail and I was like, hey, a buddy of mine has this really great band in the UK, and I talked about the album and the song and everything. So hey, maybe
you talked about Inglorious on the Beat.
I talked about Inglorious on the Beat.
You are so gonna get written up by the program director.
Yeah. Worth it. Anything for Nathan.
True. I agree.
There you go. Anyways, well, brand new album. Go check it out, Nate. It was so great to chat. Go back and go take care of Alice.
I will. Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.